Are you ready? We are live on the mic with our host DJ Deuce and Bamboo Bam. Bam. Let's get this show started.
Yo, we're live on the mic. I'm DJ Deuce. I'm with my boy Bamboo. What's up, Bam?
What's up, man? What you
Not
saying?
bad. I'm you know what? I gotta consider myself pretty lucky. We got hit with a storm, so the fact that I'm actually on the podcast right now is pretty good. You know, because everyone's out of power. I would have been out of power, out of the internet, and
you're on a good part of the grid, dog.
So yeah, I'm on the good part of the grid. Only half our city can watch us now. So, you know what I mean?
My question is, how close of a hospital are you?
Pretty close, actually. Yeah.
That's why you're still.
Is that how it works?
That grid don't go down first, and if it does go down, you'll probably be back on within hours.
That's interesting. I guess they got to save the people, right?
There you go.
I know we got 3 deaths in this storm, so I'm kind of
Really.
and I'm just kind of shocked. I just wanted to I want to ask some people if the wind's hitting about 100 kilometers an hour, why are you standing around?
Storm chasers.
Yeah, I don't know. People are just, their phones probably taking pictures. But anyways, whatever. That's another story.
Yeah.
Anyways, people, subscribe to our YouTube channel, Live on the Mic podcast. You can ask questions, comment, be a part of the show. If you don't want to do that, if you have an Apple product, download Clash TV. This is a new app. Awesome shows, great content. You can get it at www.clash, that's CLSH.TV. Download the app. It's free.
Yeah.
Anyways, I don't want to make people wait.
Word.
We got some guests. They're 6 hours difference right now, located in the Netherlands. Let's get them on here right now. We got Boom, and Yes. How you guys doing?
Yeah. How's it going?
Hey,
Good.
how are you guys?
Good. Just to get everyone to know you, I want to go one by one. I want to tell me, you know what I mean? Give us your name, where you're from, and what part of the band are you in. We'll start with you. We'll go from the top to the bottom.
Now, hold on. Oh, there we go. Yeah, we're gonna start with her.
Okay.
That's me, right?
Yeah.
Okay, my name is Grace Salazar Carreño. This is a Spanish name. Last name because I'm from Colombia, but my artist name is Grace De Gier. And De Gier is a Dutch last name. So I'm the singer, and I'm from Colombia.
That's awesome. Guys in the bottom, go ahead.
Yes, I will go. I'm Tijmen the Koning, which is a very regular Dutch name.
Yeah.
I
Okay.
was born and raised here in the Netherlands, and I live in Amsterdam. And where am I in the band? Mostly on the right side with the guitar in my hands, which is also played, of course, here.
Love
Right.
it. Love it. Andy, yourself?
Yeah, my name is Andres Vasco. I'm mostly on the left side, also with a guitar. And I'm from Ecuador, so I'm also from the same near from where Grace is.
Okay.
Is there some band members that couldn't make it here today?
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, couldn't make it to
there's
the show, I mean.
The drummer.
Yeah,
There's a bass
drummer.
player and the drummer.
That's cool.
Okay,
That's cool.
okay.
You have any questions, Bam?
Well, question for me is, how you guys got together? Like, what brought y'all together? You know, being that y'all from different ethnic backgrounds, and how'd y'all just meet up? And give me the story. I want to know.
well, I think that it was like a couple of weeks ago. I was looking for musicians, especially for guitarists. And I put an ad on Facebook. These 2 wonderful people just reacted, and I was like, whoa, that is great. That is the way that we meet.
Wow,
That's
great.
amazing, because I find that's like, I love hearing these positive stories of the internet, because you know what I mean, we hear so much negativity with people bashing stuff and you know what I mean, trolling, but having some stories like this where people, strangers actually meet, for the same reason, the same cause as creating a band is a good story.
Yeah, true.
But what I'm super curious is, because musicians, and I wish I could play some instruments, which I don't, and thank God, because you guys wouldn't talk to me right now if you heard what I did. But I want to know, we'll go with the opposite way. I want to start with Andy. Andy, when did you start getting into music? When did you start playing the guitar?
Okay, so I started playing guitar when I went into college. I went into college to study sound production and engineering, so recording and stuff like that. And in my uni while I was studying that it was also required that you did an instrument,
Okay.
and I was already playing a slight bit of guitar before that, so I went into guitar, and then you got like lessons and stuff. And while I was there, I met other musicians that were in the same program and started bands like cover bands or different bands like rock, punk, stuff like
Yeah.
that. And
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I started like that, mostly just studying music at university and playing with people there.
And you
Right.
picked it up pretty easily?
Well, I wouldn't say easily. Yeah,
Okay.
it takes a lot of practice and a lot of time, but yeah, I would say
That
it's going
determination's
well.
good.
All right. All right. My man, you.
I used to go to church when I was younger, like
Yeah.
evangelical church, but they have like bands in the church,
Mm-hmm.
and I listened to Nirvana
Oh,
secretly, and that all came together. So I played in some church bands, and then that is paused for a long time already. And I actually hung my how do I say it? Um, I quit music a few years, and then I got
ooh.
back into it like I think 5 years ago with DJing, but also playing the guitar again.
Yeah.
And I started a choir. Maybe you guys know choir from Toronto.
Quack,
Me
quack. No,
personally, no.
no,
No, no,
no.
But
it's
I'm
a
definitely gonna check that out after this.
yeah, you got to check it out.
Mm.
It's just a choir where people can join without singing experience, but we do that in the Netherlands as well. And that was my way back into music. I quit my job and I was looking for a band for a long time.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then I heard the sound of Grace, and I was like, "This is the sound. This is the same sound as my songs." I was like, "I want to work with her," and
Okay.
that's how we came together.
Well, a
Yeah.
part of your part of your story. I'm super curious. You said you quit music for 2 years. What made you quit for 2 years?
Yeah, I think life,
Yeah.
you think you have to get serious and get a job and do other stuff that you think is important, and
Mm-hmm.
then the magic of music just disappears slowly and slowly and
I,
slowly
yeah.
until you realize that it's disappearing or it already disappeared, and then you think, wow, but this is one of the most important things to do, and then I got back into it, but I
I
got a
just
real
I love hearing that because I think it's more common in your situation where you kind of have to give it up to pick something else up, like another job or life's like it's getting a little too hectic, so you got to give up that part that of passion or you lose a bit of passion. I love hearing what you just said, how you just put it away for 2 years, but you knew that's what you were missing. So I love that.
Well,
yeah.
you know, it's just your creativity tends to just you're so focused on this that you're not thinking about that. But I bet you one day he looked at something or he heard something and was like, "Oh no, fuck this!" And he picked up his guitar and went all in again. I bet you it was something that triggered you, wasn't it? Huh?
Yeah.
I know what it was. It was a guy that. It was a guy that wasn't very good. And he was playing it, and you realized, like, I'm way better than him. That's what probably triggered it. Like, what's going on? Grace, tell me a bit about your story.
Wow, that's a very long history. That I think that my whole life I just love singing. When I was in Colombia, I was also singing most of the time covers of many bands like the Cranberries, Alanis Morissette from Canada,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Ira too from Colombia, and many of them. But I don't know, I was not like able to sing my stuff, my own songs. So I was thinking like now the good time to do that. And I came to the Netherlands because of my husband. He's Dutch.
Okay.
So I just make like a really long stop in my career, like more than 11 years.
Wow.
And I thought like, okay, now's the time. I want to start again. Now, yeah, we're getting somewhere.
Yeah,
Nice.
that's great. How was the change from Colombia to the Netherlands? How was that for you?
Woo, big change. I think that Andy knows too. That is just like, the different also with the cultural different and the people and the time, everything. So that was a really big step for me, but I love that. Now I'm here. I'm with my family here, with my husband, and yeah, I think that I'm really lucky because my mother, she lives also here,
Hmm.
and my two sisters and my brother.
Okay.
So I'm very lucky for that. Only my father lives in Colombia, but for the rest, I'm very lucky about that.
So-
That's good.
Before you guys got together and linked up on Facebook, were you guys ever in any bands prior to this? Andy?
Uh,
No. Did Andy
Wait.
freeze on us?
No, I don't think
No.
he froze.
Okay.
Man, you there, Andy?
Connections is frozen.
It happens.
Takes a minute.
It happens.
So
So
he might have froze.
he might have. You always have to get closer to the Wi-Fi. That's how it works usually.
All right. So you, my man, tell us. So, you was in church bands. How many bands you been in?
Yeah, that was like I think 2 or 3 bands. And the last one was when I was like 19 or 20 years old. And then afterwards, it was only like small projects with 2 or 3 people
Yeah.
without drums and anything. So it's been quite a while actually that I played in bands. And then luckily I have Andy on my side. He's got more band experience than I have, right?
Okay.
That's good. Andy, you're
man.
back. Yeah. Come on.
Yeah.
wanna hear your story.
So
He's back.
I used to have quite a few bands in Ecuador. I had a cover band that was just basically just like your 80s, 90s, and 2000 songs for bars and stuff like that, or weddings or ceremonies
Yeah.
and stuff like that. And we used to play about 2 or 3 times a week.
Okay. That's still a lot though.
In different
Yeah.
in different places. That went on for about 6 or 7 years, I think.
Wow.
Nice.
Yeah. And they're still going over there. I'm just not there anymore.
That's cool.
And then I had one of my first bands with original content. That's a punk band that's called Stoke.
Stoke.
Yeah, I still sometimes compose or master songs for them, but yeah,
Nice.
they're still going, and they have a lot of stuff on Spotify, and yeah, it's nice. And then I used to have a band that was called One Up. That's rock and metal arrangements for video game soundtracks.
Oh,
Oh,
wow.
cool.
Okay.
Yeah.
Great.
And that was very nice. Like we had like the whole like projection of different video games playing in the background while we played the music, and we had a lot of like medleys and stuff like that, which
That's
is
amazing.
it was a very cool project. Like I really enjoyed that one. And then here in the Netherlands, well, obviously the band with Grace that we're
Yeah.
doing right now, and then I have a few other bands with that we're doing more like punk and rock projects also. And
That's
then
cool.
I
That's
have my
cool, man. You
own,
you definitely have the experience
solo.
there.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
for sure.
But
And
yeah,
here we're
that's
talking about we
mostly-
need to find time. This Andy is in a bunch of bands Monday through Sunday here. Grace, what about you? Were like obviously before you showed up to the Netherlands? Were you in a band yourself?
Yeah, sure. Also in Panama, because we moved from, to Panama like I don't know. We lived there like 4 years, something like that. And I have a couple of bands there too, local bands, and also in Colombia, in Bogota. So yes, I had some experience too with the bands. But now this is really great because I have my own band. We're a
Yes.
band. This is great. We're making our own stuff. This is just wonderful.
I know it's
She
great.
excited.
I know it's true. You once Grace and I were talking on Instagram. Obviously, I love to go check out your music. Obviously, and you guys, it's everything's fantastic. Because the thing is, no offense to anybody, if you're not going to be fantastic, I don't really want to spend most of my day talking to someone that's not very good and trying to convince the people. But you guys are fantastic, so I love that.
Thank
but,
you.
But what I just want to hear quick stories about it. Like, how hard is it, even previously, before you guys got together, to be in a band? You know what I mean? Grace, you want to start with that? Like, how hard is it to do you guys I don't know about you guys. I want to get into you guys after, but previously with other people, do you find it difficult to have the same vision? Go in the same direction.
Yes, I think. Yeah.
It's pretty common, right?
It happens really often.
Yeah.
Very often. So yes, I always say also to them, to the guys, that what I really like and I really want is just to be like a family, to be like a real team. and not to be like, I want to do this for myself, and you do this for yourself, and just let's see how it's going. I also like just to share ideas and everything, what we think about each other. I think that this is very important, just to be like a family.
Of course. And families fight, let's be honest, right? Like,
definitely.
Yes, yes.
me and Bam fight all the time, so don't
Every
worry.
fucking
Every day,
episode.
every podcast,
Every episode we fight.
before, after, during, we fight all the time.
Oh yeah. You know,
Yeah, so we are like that, I think, because we have also Eric. Eric is our drummer. He's also from the Netherlands. We have also Frank. He's our bassist. So yes, that is the way we want just to be like a family.
Yeah, you guys are looking like you guys are happy to be playing with each other. But
Very
like, I
happy.
want to ask the guys down there. Guys, like Andy's probably has a lot of stories because being previous in a lot of bands. But Andy, like I being in that many bands, like it must have been frustrating sometimes to like you see something. You see a vision of where this is going or an idea of where you want to go, and your band members are probably not agreeing with you. Does that happen often with you?
Yeah, I mean, definitely there's like a conflict of vision or interest or whatever you have it on the direction you want to take the band. It could be artistically, like you want to take the band in one direction and someone else doesn't, or you want to first do things in a certain order and someone has a very different idea, and there's always going to be conflicts like that, definitely. And then there's like the typical conflicts of people not learning the songs for the rehearsal, or
Oh yeah.
or not doing a good job during the live performances. There's always like a bit of drama when you're in bands, but
Of course.
yeah, it's part of it.
I always get scared because every time I see like band members, it's just like because it's like they're 4 to 5 personalities on stage or in the
Yes.
studio, right? And every time when you see bands, like you guys must know what I'm talking about. Like you see some rock bands that have been together touring for 20, 30, 40 years, and you're like, how the hell did they do that without trying to kill each other? You know what I mean? That
Yeah,
is-
well, we don't
Tolerance.
Today I was thinking about it. Today I was thinking like, oh my god.
I don't know.
Wow.
I think it's like hockey backstage, Show's
Yeah.
over. You fucked up. No, you fucked up. And then there's a fight. And then they get over it. And then bang, back to the music and shit. That's what I thought. But no, it's
Exactly.
hard to be in a band because,
Yeah.
I'm stubborn, and,
Yeah.
I want to argue. I like to argue. So that's why me and him get along, right? So we fight all the time. It's great.
No,
you
we
know?
get along because I do all the work and Bam just says, "Shut up and do the work."
See?
So
See? There you go.
teamwork.
Starting this
Teamwork.
shit again. Starting this shit again.
Teamwork. That's our teamwork here. You know. Timmons, I want to start with you. I want to know I want to know your first performance ever in front of a live crowd. Do you remember that situation?
Well, the videotapes of my parents remember the situation. It was actually not singing; it was a playback show. I think. I just reviewed it. It was I think Robbie Williams.
Okay.
And the first live performance. Oh no, it was like I think it was. Yeah, it was again. It was church. I'm not really a church person, but it really seems like I'm a church person now. But
Yes.
I think I was 6 years old, and I sang a song in front of the church, which I rehearsed like a trillion times
Yeah.
at home to perform in the end. But the real performance, that's also funny. There was like some kind of open mic session, and we prepared something, but we were like with one guy who was like a really good piano player,
Yeah.
and then 3 friends who were not into music at all, and we just learned like to play an instrument for like 4 weeks.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh
But
my
we were
God.
blunt enough. I don't know why. I think we were 14 years old or something. We were blunt enough to just do it. But we were like not musical enough, with no background and not the musical ears to hear that the guitar was out of tune and everything.
Oh yeah.
And there's videotape of that as well. I don't know why.
Oh,
I don't know
really?
where it is anymore. It's
I would
It's waiting for you guys to be famous. Trust me.
Yep. It's going to come back out. Don't worry.
It was really bad. It was really bad. Yeah. So one day when we're gonna be really famous with Grace and the band, that's gonna be on television.
Oh yeah.
I want to see that.
We're gonna have it here on TMZ over here. We're gonna see it. Trust me. We're gonna see it over here. Grace,
Yeah.
you remember your first performance?
Wow. Yes, I think it was also. I think let me think. I think at school. I was
Oh yeah,
just
school's
very
always
young.
intense. All your friends are there. All the people that hate you at school are watching. School stuff.
Yes, yeah, yes. I think that I was maybe like 11 or something like that.
Oof.
I just want to be in something into the music, I want just to play the guitar or to play the piano. I don't know what. But the teacher, he said to me like, "You can sing very well," and I was like, "Oh, okay, that's good."
Ooh,
And yeah, I just when I was singing, the people they like it, so that was good.
that's a
And
good feeling.
yeah, that was the first time I think that was at school, and they like it a lot.
That's a good
Good,
feeling.
good. Andy?
Andy, you're in college. You pick up a guitar. Now you have to
Yeah.
perform in front of a group, in front of people. What's going through? What are you feeling?
So my first one was interesting because I used to be the sound engineer for this band,
Oh,
and I I knew the songs they played, but I didn't know them like by heart or anything because I wasn't playing. I was just sound engineering. And then one day, one of the guys called me and was like, "Hey, so the other guitar player just quit.
Oh,
Can you learn these 12 songs for tomorrow?"
damn, 12. Not one, 12
that,
songs.
and
Yeah.
then you had it.
you know,
So I learned the songs. We went on stage, and it actually went pretty well. I mean,
Wow.
obviously, I fucked up. I fucked up like in like half the songs, but in the end, like everyone was happy and everything went well. So
They
yeah, that
had
was
to
my first
expect
one.
you to fuck some stuff up. Like 12
Oh yeah,
songs and like
definitely.
the fact that you showed up, I would have been like, oh my god, he actually came. Like,
you know, this is happening. This is happening. All right, let's
I'm
go.
like, our
you know?
motivational speaking worked out here. He showed up today, because I would have been like, yeah, never show up, but no way,
No.
that's not ever
But that's
happening.
good. You got a lot of confidence in yourself. You know what I mean? Fuck it. I learned 12 songs, and I'm gonna go out here and I'm gonna do it. You know what I mean? And
Yeah, exactly.
good for you, man. Good for you. You know,
Yeah,
because
thank
me,
you.
I'd be like, nope, not happening.
100% no.
No,
No. I'm like, I'll call my friends. I'm not coming to do this. That's tough. That is tough. So how long have you guys been together as a group?
I don't know.
Not
Short.
yeah,
think-
like
2 weeks.
three
Really?
weeks, 4 weeks.
That's
Yeah.
awesome.
3-4 weeks. What?
That's
Okay.
all.
And what I want to ask is like, how did COVID affect anything from you musically wise? You know what I mean? Grace, we can start with you.
Mm,
It could be positive. It could have been you could have wrote more music, or it could have been like had some performances lined up that got canceled. How did
No.
COVID? No.
no, well, the things that we are just like getting used to each other.
Yeah.
It's getting very well.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I had been with the drummer and with the bassist a little bit longer, like 5 months, something like that. And just we were looking for new
Okay.
guitarists. Yes, so they came to our band, and yes, now we have a few performances. Uh, we are getting everything ready for that.
But for the last couple of years, with COVID hitting us, did it affect your music wise? Did it affect you guys at all?
Yes.
Yes, like you know what I mean, like
a
because
lot
I
of-
always find like when I talk to like artists or anybody else, like it affected some people. Like some people, you can tell they were sad because some of their live performances were obviously canceled and you can't get out there and perform. But then there were some that just went on creative mode, and you know what I mean, and start you know what I mean, and use this downtime to get their stuff and written down or auditioning and performing and get everything down on pat. So like
Get more recording
like the
done.
guys like Tijmen's like we'll say like, how did COVID affect you?
Yeah, well, it affected me in different ways because like I organized singing events
There
which
you go.
couldn't take place for like
Yeah.
2 years.
Wow.
And then I organized live stream sing-alongs where people could sing along from their homes and
That's
everything.
awesome.
We really had to make a change in that. So I'm very technical now with streaming and etc., which is not true, but we managed to do that. And for me personal, I finally wrote some songs and recorded some songs, which really helped me to get back. Which was also a way back to get into bands and playing with other people because the writing process and making songs and playing them was like, okay, this is also a path I want to discover again. and that started in 2020, and I've seen a lot of bands that I kind of liked, but then I saw the music of Grace, and I thought, okay, this is it.
That's
And
awesome.
I still think that, but we just got together like 4 weeks ago or something.
Yeah.
Yes, we're
Yeah.
pretty good.
Grace, you got a lot of pressure on you there. The guys are. You got a lot of pressure. Andy, how did COVID affect you?
Yeah, so for me it was kind of a bit of both because I was very used to doing live performances, and yeah, for those 2 years that was impossible.
Yeah.
So yeah, that did hit me because most of all I missed it quite a bit. I missed being able to play live. But on the other hand, I was able to get into composing my own stuff, and I was able to like record and release some of my like solo project stuff, which was
That's
nice.
cool. Yeah.
And it also kind of gave me the opportunity to get into a different like type of audio part of the audio industry, which was more into film, like doing
Okay.
sound for film.
Mhm.
So that was pretty cool because if it had gone on as normal, I don't know if I would have gotten into that project. But yeah, that allowed me to go into that.
Did you guys ever get scared when they're saying life will never be the same? You'll never be able to perform in front of a group. I'm sitting there going, "Oh my God, this can't be it. Like we can't allow this to happen." You know.
No.
But you remember they were
Yeah.
saying stuff like that, Bam.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, they'll never have live crowds. We'll never have concerts again. I was like, this is terrible. Now, don't get me wrong. Things are looking like they're going back to normal. Don't get me wrong, but they shouldn't scare us like that. Especially as performers. Like, come on, like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? No one understands because when I DJ'd, bands perform too. The energy, you guys know, the energy of that crowd is a feeling that not most people will understand. So you
That is
need
really
that.
important.
It's absolutely super important. But Grace, when I went and researched you some more, Grace has a story about writing some songs on a napkin. Is this true? Is this how? At a restaurant, was it? You wrote a song on a napkin?
Oh yes, yes, Mexico.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yes. We went to McDonald's for breakfast
Yes.
with my husband. So it was really funny because I say just in Spanish, you know, like te invito a soñar, te invito a pensar. Yeah, okay, Andy knows what I mean.
I think Bam might know too. Don't worry about it.
Hey,
Yeah.
she lost me.
And I said to my husband, like, whoa, this one, I don't know, I think that I'm going to write a song about it. I like this, you know what I said. So when we got in the car, I was like, da 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 da, and that is all how Mexico was reading. And that is my husband wrote.
Wrote a
But
song
on
on the
a
napkin.
napkin at McDonald's.
You
Yes.
never know when you get inspired, bro.
Yes,
See,
that was very funny
If
too.
you would
because,
have, if you would have been at McDonald's, I would have needed your napkin. So this song would have never been created. I'm just letting you know that, all right?
now you know there was the history of Mexico. Mexico is a really sweet song. It's not really like hard rock, but it's a really sweet song. I like it. It's
All
one of my
right.
favorites.
Now, as a band, since y'all have been together and y'all been together a short time, you know, have y'all thought about if y'all gonna go independent or looking for a deal, or you know what I mean? Like, have y'all thought about the future, which way y'all want to go as a group
Yes,
collective?
yes, for sure. We are thinking. I think that we are thinking also in big. We want to perform also like in Spain and Belgium, also in Colombia. That's possible. Mexico, you know, like the whole
Yeah,
world.
yeah.
Okay, so y'all looking for a
Canada.
record deal. Y'all looking for a record deal.
Yes, of course.
Okay.
Yes, yeah. That is. Yeah, and they know. We are just getting the connections and getting also the people and everything. What we want to do is just to get the music out there.
Okay, well that's good that y'all want the deal. You know, anybody wants to say independent? How you know?
What about
Yes,
you?
I think, I don't know, it's like two opinions about it. To be in this also good because you are just like, you can also be owner of your things and about your ideas and your songs,
Right.
blah, blah, blah. But also to be with the label just give you like really good benefits. So it's like,
See, me and Bam are
Okay.
both. I'm the one that wants to get signed by a label. Bam wants to go independent. Me and him are totally different
On
when it
opposite-
comes to this.
That's
Yes.
why I asked the question. You know.
Yeah,
Yes.
we're always different when it comes to this question
yes,
and the answers.
it's really difficult to say that. But I think that we all in the band, we want just to get big. So
Of
I think
course.
it's a
Right.
way to also get some time.
Now, do you
Against
guys?
the label as well.
Yes.
Yeah, okay, I agree. Do you guys find it? How do you guys like this? The streaming platforms like Spotify, Amazon Music. Are you guys fans of this? Being an artist?
I am personally, yeah.
Yep.
I think it makes it a lot easier to get discovered and to gather a following
Okay.
than how it was before. Like you had to buy the physical records or stuff like that, which also had its thing because I don't know, when you bought the records at a concert or stuff like that, you also generated I don't know, I want to say like a bit more of a loyal following.
Yes.
But with streaming, I feel like it's easier to get a following, even if it's not as loyal, it's bigger
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
and
I think
it
that's it.
generates faster, I think, as well.
Because I'm a big like numbers guy. So when I broke down the numbers of these Spotify's and these YouTubes and stuff, everyone always talks about how they'd rather go independent because they want to own their music. But at the end of the day, the numbers are so little on these streaming platforms that really it's like you didn't sign to a label, you technically signed to Spotify, or you know what I mean, like because they're so like pennies on the play, right? So I'm always like, so as much as I would say that I would love the record label, I'm more on the fact that I preferred it how it was back then. Like Andy mentioned, selling the CD and saying, oh my god, I saw these guys live. Now I know the way they performed. They worked really hard.
Yeah.
I met a band member. He was a cool guy, and you know what I mean, so on and so forth, right? So the loyalty sticks there a little longer. I just think that the streaming platform sometimes is people are scrolling a lot quicker because there's so much music out there. But that's just me.
Yes. Millions.
Yeah. Like today, like I want to find, I need to find a stat on how much music gets uploaded on an average per day is what I really want to know. Like I would love to know, you know what I mean? Like how much, because the way I looked at it when I was younger is when you heard of an artist, you knew they worked their ass off because you heard of them. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
there's a local band, there's a local group that you're like, damn, they're doing the shows and the appreciation of them working hard. Which I think the streaming platform now is, I record on my mixer onto my computer, I'm done, it's uploaded on Spotify within an hour, and I'm out to lunch, right? So a little bit of a different scenario when it comes to streaming platforms. I just wish that some independent artists would get paid a little bit more. I wish there was categories of sorts, but it's tough because, guys, that's what I want to talk. That's going to lead into my next question, and I want to know, what is the biggest struggle on being in an independent artist thus far, and being in a band? And Grace, we'll start with you.
Well, I don't know. I think that to be in the, I think that is very difficult because people don't know you very well.
Yep.
So when you want to get somewhere, they're like, yes, but who are you?
Yeah.
Or you want to show the video of you. Look here, my music is here, and they're like, okay, I'm another artist. So that is kind of annoying. So sometimes I need to say, like, okay, my music is also on the radio, my music is also here, blah, blah, blah. And they're good just to give a little more attention. But I think that in the artists, they don't have like the support that they deserve or that we deserve. I think
That's true.
Kind of really disappointing thing, but it's true.
Andy, yourself.
Okay. Oh, and also with this, I'm gonna have to leave you guys because I'm in the studio and I have to go back in.
Oh, sounds good, buddy.
Look at this one.
Andy's going back to work. I like that.
Yeah. But I think personally that the hardest part is to promote yourself, exactly like what Grace said, like promoting yourself. It's like right now, if you're independent, you need to know about like how to read the Google Analytics, how to do the promotions on Facebook, on Instagram, on Twitter, on TikTok, on every
That's right.
on every platform there is, and creating a following that actually sticks. It's really hard nowadays because there's so many people doing so many things that are unique or new that to keep up with that, it's very hard. You need to be very consistent. Need to be very original. So
True.
I think that when you're independent, that's the hard part because when you're a label, part of a label, they basically take care of all of that for you.
They have a team
Right.
taking care of it. Yeah.
But
Yeah,
but
exactly.
you hear Andy? He's being nice. Okay, saying people being unique and so on and so on. Andy, I'm gonna say what you want to say. They fucking retards doing stupid shit to get fucking attention, okay?
On
Because when I
TikTok,
look
you
at
know.
TikTok, I'm like, what the fuck are they doing? You know what I mean? Like, do I really need to jump off a fucking table and smash myself just to get a fucking following? No, I don't need to do that. You know what I mean?
I mean,
Well, I don't-
TikTok is a
But
mixed kind of words.
But I don't know what TikTok, because I know in different countries they push different videos. Here in North America, they show the dumbest things on planet Earth.
Yeah,
Yes,
exactly. It really
same here.
depends
Okay.
where you are.
You
I don't
know?
like TikTok.
I'm just sitting there going, and then they're telling us to get on TikTok, but I'm like, I'm not planning to get to that level.
Same here.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So it's
Yeah.
I'm not doing that. I'm sorry.
I remember. I'm like,
I
no
just- I
way. I
I
don't want
just-
to be like, yes, sorry.
Yeah. I just like how he was being professional about it. I'm not professional. I don't give a fuck. They fucking idiots, man. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not gonna run around in a dress
Get
and jump up
attention,
and down.
yeah.
No.
Like a
you know?
clown, you know. Some people also in Colombia, I don't know why, but they're just making like stupid jokes, stupid things, and they're just getting like big famous. And I don't know why.
And I want to talk to people like, what the hell made you want to watch this or like it or comment? Oh, this is. I'm like, if people have lost their minds, like, what is going? And then you scroll by. I swear to God, I was on Instagram on the reels, and there was this girl. She was singing by herself. She was having her thing, and she was fantastic. 36 likes. She was
Yeah.
the best video I saw all day. 36.
It's true.
Wow.
So I commented. I said, "You did a great job," because I went out of my way to make sure she needs to know that someone else actually enjoyed what she did. But then you scroll on something stupid. It has 350,000 likes, a billion comments, and this thing's getting thrown all over the world. And I'm like, "What are we going?
What
This is
the-
insane."
You
This is
know?
insane. Also, I have to say also with the reggaeton, it just take it over. Also in Colombia and I think South America. And I'm so sorry. I have respect for the people and what they like it, but I don't like reggaeton because they are just giving like really bad message about people, about sex, about women, and I am really, I don't know. Sometimes I'm really pissed off about that. I had a meeting like 1 year ago with one of the really big people in Los Angeles, and he asked me like, "You have a really nice voice. What about maybe singing a reggaeton or band music?" I don't have anything against that, but I say like, no, I'm sorry, no way. Oh, please,
Good
my
for you.
music, nothing.
Good for
There you
you,
go. There you go.
Andy.
Yeah.
You have to get going, Andy.
Okay, guys.
All right,
Andy,
Andy.
thank you for being on, man. Enjoy the rest of your
Nice
day.
meeting
Thank
everyone.
you, Papa.
Pleasure.
Bye. Ciao, ciao.
Bye. See ya.
Later, buddy.
Has to go.
Adios.
There we go. So yourself, brother, like how was it? Like how like do you find like you like the same thing? Like do you find like how hard is it to be independent? Like what is your biggest struggle? Because I find like when you ask different band members, sometimes one like Grace and I were talking earlier, and she's talking about time. Time's huge. It's a hard one to fit things in, right? In your situation, what's the biggest struggle about being an artist?
Staying relevant, I think. There's also some things with the previous, well, with the same subject we're talking about, but people need to be, you need to be relevant for different people and to stay relevant, and you can't do that with only good music, and that's the frustrating thing. Like when you have really good music out there, you have 26 likes because he's singing very well, but nothing is really happening. People want stuff to see, and it can be dumb stuff, but it also can be funny stuff. So you have to be, especially on the socials, you have to create a personality about yourself. So it's not only about the music, but you also have to be funny and talkative and have nice stories, and also how it's all designed. So you also have to be a lot of things. You're an entrepreneur in that way, that you're not only making music, but you're also a marketeer and you're a social media manager.
I like that.
You have to do your video graphics and you have to do your audio stuff, so you can get good posts out of there, so people like what you're doing instead of just talking and making music, because that's not retaining your following. And that's something you have to learn, and you have to do that all the time. That's just a continuous.
And it's more than because you're right, because it's more than music at this point, right? You can do you can have a great song now. There's more to it. There's more layers to the success. That is that is true.
He's got a good point there. You know, you got to do all of this, but I mean, if you think about it, you know, some artists, it was all about the mystery. of who is this artist. You hear the song,
Exactly.
but you
Yeah.
see a picture, but you don't know who it is, where they at. That's all gone now. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Now it's you got to go out there and say something, like you said. Make something, get the visuals. It's a lot. It's hard, and then every time you turn around, you're seeing something that's influencing you, and it's like, this is what's popular. The guy
Yeah.
smashing his face with a fucking pineapple.
Yeah.
That's
But
you know.
yeah. But you also have to give like an insight of your personal life all the time. You have to film yourself when you're making
People-
coffee, or on your bread, or when you're just walking around, and then you say, "I'm walking around to get inspiration from a new song."
He's so
stuff,
right.
I just
Yeah.
don't see it. Like I mean, you're a normal human being. You're gonna have bread. You're gonna have coffee. I don't
Yeah.
need to see it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but
You
that's
know?
is it? But is it a generational thing? Is this something that the young people are doing? Because you're right. There's people I can go on Instagram right now and find 5 videos of people walking around or you know what I mean, eating, and I'm like, I don't understand what the
Yes.
hell I'm watching. I don't get it. I don't.
Me
And then,
neither.
and then if you look up at videos, we probably all have done it, and it'd be like, oh, stay consistent, post something every day, and I'm like, isn't that annoying? If I posted something useless every single day, am I really getting a follower, or am I gonna get people to say I don't really care? That's the way I think. They won't
Yeah,
care.
you're right. I think the same.
See, because the thing is, I want to post something that's like, hey, he hasn't posted something in 5 days. What is it? Instead of saying, oh my God, is he gonna eat toast today? You know what I mean?
That's what I mean. That is what I mean. Yeah. It's
But
true.
for us too, in the podcast game, you guys are in the music scenario. We're in the pod, and it's the same thing. It's like even to push products out there, you're like, man, do I really need to do this? I don't. You know what I mean? Is good production good enough? Is having a great conversation good enough? But you need to do all these little extras. It's mind blowing the way the system is built today for success. Right? Like me personally. I'm still an old school guy. Great music. I want to listen to great music.
Same
you know?
here.
And that's what that's the thing. And then oh my God, they produced a great video. Wow, that adds to the music now.
Yeah.
But and other people want to know what you did today and where you're going and what are you eating, and it blows my mind. I don't know where this world went wrong in this scenario, but
I look at it as it's stalker mode. Because if you got a stalker, you in trouble. He knows everywhere you at, bro. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I get it.
You know?
But still.
Oh, she home eating coffee, drinking coffee. She's at the mall. Oh, she writing a new song at McDonald's. I know where it is. You see, this is, you got to think about that, So you got to be very aware of what you put on there. You know what I mean? You got to
true.
keep them to a certain level. You know what I mean? So,
Something interesting. Yeah.
keep that in mind, people. Keep that
So
in mind.
I want to ask you guys both a question. So you guys met on Facebook about putting a group together. What was your initial thoughts about each other? Grace, you can start.
Ooh,
I got a message from Tijmen, also from Andy. It was really funny because Andy he begins to write in English, and I was like, his last name is a Spanish last name, and I was just looking into her profile, and he was from Ecuador, and I said, he must speak Spanish. So I spoke to him, but you speak Spanish. That was funny with Andy. And with Damien, he just sent me a message, and he was like, I like your music, and I think that we can just make it something. And I was just looking at Instagram, Facebook, and some videos, and I like it a lot. I was like, wow, he's really good. And I just said, like, of course, we want to try. We want to try with you, and it was like that.
And what was your first reaction of Grace?
uh,
No, I'm talking to him. Yeah.
to you.
There we go. I'm still trying to figure out this whole system here with the camera.
Yeah, race. Okay, no, it's good.
Well, as I said, like the first impression was very nice because it was like a song impression. Like I really liked the sound. And then when we were talking, we were calling pretty soon, pretty fast.
Yeah.
And then we were calling actually pretty fast because she was very Colombian to me, because my sister-in-law, she's Colombian. She and her family, yeah. They talk a lot. They're really nice people, but they're like with emotions and extremes, and we talk about
The
everything.
personality, yes.
We don't know each other. And then what was happening in the car, so I was like, oh yeah, this is really Colombian. I like it. This is going to be a good stage performance because she's going to talk between the songs, and then you have the audience together. So
See, I like the way he thinks. I think that's true.
He sees the big picture.
And also like I think, and then more serious thing, I think the way you communicate, the way we communicated with each other, we had like, okay, this is a woman without too much ego. This is someone you can work with together very well.
That's
Nice.
true.
Yeah.
Now, growing up, I want to know some of your favorite bands or singers. Like, what were some of the stuff that you like listening to growing up? I know you guys mentioned some stuff that you did in your covers, but growing up, what did you like to listen to, Grace?
Okay, well, at home we were always listening to Guns N' Roses. My
Nice.
mother, she's still a fan of Guns N' Roses, Queen,
Hmm.
The Cure, this kind of music. And now I'm very big fan of the Killers. I love the Killers.
Okay, yeah.
Yes, this is great because I'm taking some lessons with Ted Supply. He's one of the guitarists of the Killers, and
Hmm.
it's great. I really love to do that, and this is just like my son is here. This is something really special, and yes, also the Cranberries. I like the Cranberries very much.
Nice. And yourself, brother? Growing up,
Yeah,
man.
it's more the grungy stuff, the
Yeah.
'90s stuff,
Yep.
and of course the big guys from the '70s, the Fleetwood Mac, and but also like singer-songwriters like Kings of Convenience, The Tallest Man on Earth, Placebo. Um, what did I listen to more? Great band from New York. What's their name? No. Oh, I don't know.
Come on, Bam. You should know this.
I don't know.
Oh, let's do it again. Nada Surf. They're not.
Bam's he's born and raised in New York. You should know this stuff.
I don't know the bands, man. You know, I was hip hop. I was born in the hip hop era. You know what I mean?
Me and Bam went over to about 4 years ago. We went to Cuba, and Cuba has a bar called the Beatles Bar, and they have a cover band playing all these classic rock songs. And I used to I tease Bam on every song. I'm like, who sings this and who sings that? And,
Yeah.
he got one right.
I won. You know.
He got one right. I teased him
Yeah.
the whole time with it.
Hey,
It
I'm
was
growing,
fun,
growing
though.
up, you know, it was Run DMC. I didn't find out about Aerosmith until Run DMC did a song together with Aerosmith. You know what I mean? So,
This
you
way.
know, it since the music started crossing each other, now people are starting to pick up bigger fan bases now, right? So it's like, man, that guy can fucking scream his ass off. I want to hear some more of him screaming. You know what I mean? So now it's like I hear music, I appreciate it for what it is and how it is and stuff. So my music has broadened. My range has broadened.
Yeah,
big
that's
time,
true.
right?
I gotta give you that.
know,
I gotta give you that. Grace, so your style, how'd you come up with your style of music?
I think just like the influence also from the bands that I told you, a little bit of.
But you're
different-
unique though. You're not like the bands you mentioned. You're slightly different still.
Yes, of course,
Mm-hmm.
but it's like some kind of mixer.
Yeah.
I just take one of this and one of this and one of this. Like I don't know how to explain that, but also because of my producers in Colombia, they are very good with this, so they give very good ideas. And now we're working also with a new number. I think like in 5 weeks it's coming out.
Okay.
A
Okay.
new single, and the guys they like it a lot. So they are also like giving some ideas with this new single, and I think that it's a good one.
I like that. I just guys like don't be shy. Whatever things come out, let us know. You know what I mean?
Yes,
Send
of
it
course.
in.
We're
Send
always
it
big
in.
fans. We're always help to promote if we can help.
Yeah,
over
I have
here
you
on the
know
side.
it.
Right.
Sing in Spanish.
Nice. You got the lyrics now.
So
Yeah.
I love it.
Last rehearsal, we didn't have the lyrics yet. Oh no,
So
you
what-
had the lyrics, but they weren't recorded yet. Sorry.
So
this is-
I want to.
Sorry.
So I need to know, guys. So when you guys get together now, I want to know. When you guys get together about 4 weeks ago, you guys must have sat down and said, "What's the big plan? What's the the goal as a team of a band? Tell me a bit how what you guys are looking forward to doing and and get there."
Well, now we're also working with the manager here in the Netherlands and with the promoter. I saw her artist promoter Janet. So what we want to do is just to bring the single out, and they want just to put that on the radio here in the Netherlands. And they are also working in Belgium and Germany, and I think also in Spain and the UK. So this is the big plan also to release the single
Yeah.
countries. And we have also some few performances here in the Netherlands. We hope also in some of the countries here around.
That's amazing. That's
Okay.
I think like
Emotional blitz. Yeah.
yeah, no, it's exactly it. And I think with the even the crossover of you being singing in Spanish, like there's still a huge. You guys can go on a huge tour just alone on like those types of countries, right? Like with South America and stuff like that. Like, so you like this is good time. This is good for you. Like, and you are technically amazing. The what came to mind, I don't know if you're gonna get mad, but the style that some of the music that I listened to reminded me more of No Doubt. Have you ever gotten that?
To know it, of course.
Okay, so I'm not crazy. Okay,
Stefani, right?
There you go.
Stefani.
Yeah.
it was the you know what I mean. It was
Stefani, Stefani.
yeah, it was more like a Gwen Stefani. I was like, oh my god, this is different and nice. You know what I
Interesting,
mean? So
interesting.
I
yeah,
love
that,
that.
yeah, well, absolutely. So, but the thing is, like, with your setup, I think you guys, the sky's the limit with you guys. If you guys can keep this together, like, you guys really have it. I think that
They're gonna keep it together. They're gonna keep it together because they're so excited about each other.
Yes.
And that's great. And you know what I mean? He's excited about her. She's excited about him.
And that's it.
Andy,
That's
they're all
exactly it.
just So I
Thank
can't wait to
you.
I can't wait to hear all the projects coming out.
But guys, please, you know what I mean? I know you guys are 6 hours ahead of us. You know what I mean? Grace is a mom. She was telling me earlier the kids were asking for her to put him to bed.
Someone is here running just because I want just to focus here on the interview and he's
I
running
love
here.
that. That's the part of being live. We love that stuff.
Babe, babe. Oh, my
I love it. I love it though. But guys, man, you guys, are part of our, Live on the Mic podcast team now. Whenever you guys need anything else from us, promotions or, help push your single from out here, please don't be shy. We're here now. Like you know what I mean?
We got your back.
Exactly. Anytime someone does the part of the podcast now, we consider them family now. And that, whatever we can do to help we'd be more than our pleasure to do it though. But guys, you guys are phenomenally. I love see it's interviews like this. You brought it up. People want to see the personality and become bigger fans and become more invested. Hey, buddy, yes. And I think the people that will watch will definitely be invested in you guys. You guys look like you're so happy and talented. So, but you do have a website, right?
Yes, for just
Yes.
here, the name there. Yeah.
So yeah, I got it down here. I have all your links, by the way, guys, in the descriptions of the YouTube video. Please click on it. Follow these guys. Guys, keep the work. Keep it going. You guys definitely will be big. The attitude's great, and we're absolutely lucky to have you guys on here, man. True pleasure.
Definitely.
Guys, thank you so much. And definitely don't be shy. Next time you want to come back on after you guys do a little tour or something, keep us posted, guys. We'll do that.
And
Thank you.
send some of that video footage of y'all on stage too.
Yes.
Yes,
so we
for
can
sure.
put that. Yes.
All right.
We'll do that. Guys,
Okay.
have yourself a good night.
All right.
And we'll see you
Very
guys soon. Bye.
Okay, bye.
Thank you, man.